full blown. I wonder if my podcast will even be able to air in Canada.
Probably not, right?
I wonder. People in Canada, you have to think about what the fuck they're doing, because you think that they think that they're doing it, or some people believe they're doing it, because of this misinformation that's online. Try to get a detailed audit of what is actually misinformation that they called misinformation, and what turns out to be actual 100% fact now. It's a lot of it, kids. And the only way we find that out is if people are allowed to talk freely. And they might be wrong, and they might get things wrong, and they might be right. But you got to let them talk. And that is the only way we find out. Because if you think that silencing them and getting people who lie to be in charge of what can be said and what not can be said, that's the road to tyranny. That's the road to communism. That's the scary road. Not the kind of communism that everybody hopes for, where we all just redistribute wealth and everybody gets along. No, a totalitarian government that tells you what to do and fucking lies about everything. And they're playing that war game. You're playing I'm Brian Redban, I'm the co-producer of Kill Tony, and, I go on the road, I do stand-up, I'm a fun guy. That's the world you're in. That's the game you're playing. They're playing the war game. And they want to be able to tell you what you can and can't talk about. That's fucking scary shit, especially in this climate. This fucking weird polarizing climate. It's like, oh God, everybody's so angry.
What happened though to Canada? Remember, just 15 years ago, I would always consider them being so progressive, especially with marijuana and everything like that. And you used to go there and go like, man, this is like a chill USA,
Yeah, I loved it there.
Yeah.
I was like, there are like 20% less douchebags in Canada. That's what I always used to say when we went up there. We always used to look forward to doing gigs in Vancouver and Toronto and Montreal. I used to love the Montreal Comedy Festival. It was so fun, man.
Those were the days.
They were cool people, man. But they got fucked. That government came in and fucked them. And it keeps fucking them. Like that whole Canadian trucker thing where people who donated money to them got their bank accounts frozen. Like, hey, that's Banana Republic shit. That's not supposed to be going on in Canada.
Yeah.
But it was all because of COVID. COVID gave them this reason to flex their authority in very creepy ways. That's what you have to always be scared of when any kind of disaster happens, or a war or something crazy, an attack, because that they always use as an opportunity to get more power that you would never agree to earlier. Like, no one would have agreed to what's in the Patriot Act. They tried that before. They tried it before, and everybody's like, get the fuck out of here. So they put it on the shelf. Most of those ideas that were in the Patriot Act, they had already tried to weasel those in. And then when it came along and there was 9/11, they're like, fuck it, let's roll it out. We're patriots. Who's going to say no to Patriot Act? Aren't we patriots? And then there was the NDAA, which gave them the ability to indefinitely detain people without charging them. Like, what? Like, you want the right to do that without judges and lawyers, and you want the right to do that? What if you're wrong?
That's crazy.
What if you're wrong? What if someone's a corrupt person involved in that administration, and that person that you're going to get arrested is actually like a whistleblower for a corporation or something? You have too much power.
Yeah, I feel safer living in Austin, though, now that we're in the middle of a country, just in case a war goes crazy.
Unless they decide to, like, nuke Dallas.
Yeah.
One of the things that people are really concerned with is, like, what if terror cells have gotten in across the border? When you're letting in hundreds of thousands of people across the border, what are the odds that a few of them aren't terrorists? Well, haven't they caught terrorists at the border? Haven't they, like, caught terrorists, people on the terrorist watch list trying to get through? They have, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So how many of them snuck through? I mean, is there an accurate accounting, or is it like Ukraine spending? Do they even know the real numbers of people that are sneaking in? Because the numbers are cuckoo. The numbers are like hundreds of thousands a month. Have you seen the videos of the line of migrants making their way through the border? Like, who thought that was a good idea? Who thought that was a good idea to, like, let potential terrorists and criminals into the country?
That's why we need to build this wall, Joe.
Because if you say that you're against that, you're racist,
right?
Which is wild.
Yeah,
wild. And you got to wonder how much of that is engineered by other countries, how much of that is like engineered social media outrage by Russia,
China buying up all our properties. That's crazy. You find out that China owns so much.
Hey, dude, I was in Greece this summer, and when you're walking around those ruins and you see like what it used to be, and you go, I wonder if they saw it coming. Wonder if they thought this building was going to be here perfect forever. They'd be operating their government out of this building. You know, it's probably been thousands of years they were running it like that. Nope. Go back now, it's just rubble. Like, when it happens, does anybody know it's going to, or is it like right now where you're like, boy, it seems like we're at the brink of everything falling apart. Chaos. Like, just the amount of things that people have to be upset about, and amount of polarizing things, whether it's trans kids or climate change or pro-life or pro-choice or pro-Ukraine or whatever the subject is. Everybody's screaming. Everybody's convinced on one side that it has to be this way, and everybody on the other side is like, those people are the end of civilization. Those people are the fucking death of democracy. It's so polarized, and I think that has to be social media. And some of that has to be engineered. Some of that, we know that there's a ton of trolls out there that aren't really people, that are either from another country or maybe from our country, that are just literally designed to stir shit up and attack things and go after stuff. And then when you find out that our own government was actually censoring social media and contacting Twitter and telling them to delete posts or trying to get them to delete things that, you know, they tried to get Facebook to delete this Tucker Carlson thing that turned out to be true. It was true. What he was saying was accurate. And they were like, we can't delete it because it's accurate. So they lessened its reach by 50% because the government told them to hide the truth. The government told them to hide the truth. Like, that's, in this age where everything's going crazy and no one knows what's right and what's wrong, that's scary, man.
Yeah, but that's what's happening in Canada right now.
Oh,
you know,
full blown. It's too much. Why don't you look into Jesus? He got the answers. Yeah, this is what keeps me up at night. This is what keeps me up at night. The possibility that we don't understand that there's a game being played that we're a part of. We're little pawns. No matter how cool you think you are, you're just a little pawn in this global game of war.